So you want to know what I think about the ticketing system? This is me right now. Where's the bathroom again?
Restroom over there.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. This is your boy True Fun, and first and foremost, I am looking unprofessional right now. Much better. So today's date is Wednesday, May the 8th, which brings me to a mistake that I made in my last video. I said that this Thursday would be May the 9th, May the 10th rather, but in actuality it would be May the 9th. So the day that this video drops, the day that the Pikachu will drop, it would be May the 9th, which is a Thursday, not May the 10th, which is a Friday. Obviously the movie would be out already, but you get the point. So yeah, I wanted to correct that mistake in my last video. Also, I also want to bring up this little pin right here, the Mystic 7 pin, brought to you by Secret League. So secretleague.really.com is the place to pick up one of these 3 Mystic 7 pins. There's 3 of them. So obviously I got the blue and black one, there's a blue and white one, and then there's a pink and black one as well. And no, this is not a paid promotion by Secret League. He did not hit me up and say, oh, can you please mention? No, none of that. No communications went down between me and him whatsoever. I just felt like doing it because this is a really good pin. So if you want your Mr. 7 pin, hit up secretleague.really.com. Alright, so with all that out the way, now let's get on to the meat of this video. So, the meat of this video is about the ticketing system that we use for GoFest Chicago and that will be used for GoFest Dortmund. And the ticketing system for that will start this Monday, May the 13th. So if you're going, be prepared to go through the same thing that we went through unless they made some improvements, but we have to wait and see in that. So, what did I think about the ticketing system? It was okay. It was okay. You know, it wasn't good, it wasn't bad, but it was okay. Because here's the reason why the drawing system was in place. Because the last 2 years, Niantic just released tickets for sale, and scalpers been buying these tickets and been selling them on eBay for crazy prices. And people were actually buying them. People were desperate enough to buy them. I was lucky enough to not miss out on GoFest the last 2 years, and I will be going to GoFest this year as well. So there you go with that. And it wasn't because I actually managed to get a ticket myself. Other people had to help me out all 3 times, which is crazy. But it is what it is. So for the 3rd straight year, I'm going to GoFest. But on to the drawing system. So the main reason why it exists was to fight back against the scalpers, because the last 2 years again, Niantic just let them tickets be sold and they did nothing to fight back against scalpers. So this time, this is their answer to that. But now I have to ask, was it a good answer? Well, it's a start. Let's put it that way. It's a start because I did see some scalpers at work this year, but it wasn't as bad as the last 2 years. But they still exist. They were still at work, and yeah, and the proof was on eBay. But the difference is the scalpers were selling accounts that had GoFest tickets as opposed to selling GoFest tickets. And people were smart enough to say, well, this ain't useful for me. Why should I buy this account? That's not useful for me. And if Niantic finds out, they're going to terminate that account because that is against terms of service. So that's not useful for me at all. So you could say, okay, the scalpers should stop then. But then there's still people who like to troll. There's people who like to enter the drawing just to see if they could win, if they're lucky enough to win, things of that nature. And basically taking away opportunities from legit players who wants to go to GoFest. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about what they should do to make the ticket system better. And let's also talk about what they've done this time around that they need to fix, that they need to work on rather. So the number one thing, and this is going to be a bit of a rant really, the number one thing that bugged me about the drawing system is the fact that there was little communication from Niantic. So all they said was, the drawings are going on right now. You have until Wednesday to enter the drawing. The drawing are closed. The first wave is going out right now, or it went out a few minutes or a few hours ago. The Saturday Northgate tickets are sold out. Southgate tickets are sold out. Fridays, Sunday, Thursday are sold out. That's basically it. And I'm like, what? So prior to them announcing that these tickets are sold out, there was basically no communication at all from Niantic. That needs to change, because we know we shouldn't have to create a Reddit system, a Reddit page or Reddit thread or whatever saying, yo, this rave just went out. No, Niantic should tell us like, yo, a rave is going out now, check your email. And now here's the thing with Niantic and their social media outlets. I will admit, their social media outlet is a bit slow, I will admit, especially on Twitter. They are a bit slow with that sometimes. Other times, they'll be on point. Like if an event starts at 4 o'clock, yeah, they're gonna let us know at 4 o'clock, 4:01. But like other times, I will report stuff that I found out on my own, and then like 15 minutes later, their Twitter account will report the same thing. So I mean, sometimes they're on point, other times they're not. But still though, when it comes to these raves, things of that nature, you know, they should be sending out a tweet or an Instagram post, or both really, saying, yo, a rave just went out, check your email. Or better yet, they should give us a schedule rather. Well, you know what? Skip the schedule, because I'm pretty sure like with these raves, like they checking everybody's ticket information in terms of, oh, you know, he was picked, so let's look at his account, let's see if this guy legit, things of that nature. And yeah, that's take time. So like for them to try and get all that done within a certain time frame so they can release another rave, I wouldn't even wish that on them. So, but at the same time, you know, at least let us know, hey, a rave just went out. You know, that would be nice. Instead of us checking our emails every 10 minutes, every 10 seconds, really, and things of that nature. So, at least like not a warning, but a notice saying, hey, a rave just went out. You know, that would be nice. That would be nice. So that was really the main thing that was bugging me personally the most. The fact that there was no communications from Niantic until tickets were sold out at this gate on that day. So outside of that, there was basically no communication at all. Now, another thing that they could fix is people, like, they just let the floodgates open for anybody who want to enter the drawing. Doesn't matter what your account is. You can create a brand new account. Bam, enter the drawing. That needs to change big time. So here's what I mean by that. They need to set up a system. Okay, let's be real. I'm pretty sure there is a good way. Like, if they could, like, suspend accounts, meaning that they have access to everybody's account. So there got to be a system in place where they could just type up a username or whatever the case may be, or email to find this account to see, hey, this person is from, well, not where they're from, but this person is valid, what their level is, and what their buddy Pokemon is, and things of that nature, blah, blah, blah. And what Pokemon they have in their stock, and, you know, things of that nature. That, you know, so I'm pretty sure there's a system where, or a data bank rather, where they could sort out everybody by name, alphabetical order, by when they join, from earliest to latest or latest to earliest, and more importantly, by level. So what I'm getting at is this. When it comes to the drawings, in terms of people entering the drawings, they should let level 40 players enter that drawing first. Like, they really should let them enter that drawing first. Because again, what our scalpers was doing, creating new accounts, establishing great friends with each other, and enter the drawing with like 4 accounts. So one scalper could have 4 accounts, interact with each other, have those 4 accounts interact with each other, and then enter the drawing with like at least 4 emails. And then if one of those emails get picked, then guess what? Guess where them other 3 tickets are going? Bam, bam, bam. So that's 4 tickets wasted. And then that scalper will turn around and sell that one account on eBay for $999, whatever the case may be. That needs to change. So they should restrict it, not restrict the entire thing, but when the drawings first start, level 40 get top priority without question. Level 40 should get top priority. And then you can, you know, go down from that to what, 39 to 30, and then from 29 to 25, and that's the cutoff point right there. Level 25 is the cutoff point. If you're less than, if you're not at level 25 or higher, you should not be able to enter the drawing. You should not be able to enter the drawing. So And again, if you're a legit player nowadays, it should not take you hard to reach, it should not take you that long rather. It's not hard to reach level 40. It's really not. And it's certainly not hard for you to reach level 30 or 25. It's really not. If you are a legit player. And not a hardcore player, a legit player. Meaning somebody who plays like what? Maybe once a day, something like that. You know, you keep up with your streaks. You do 1 or 2 raids a day, something like that. It's not hard to reach level 40, especially with everything that's in the game right now, where you can get a crap ton of XP. It's not hard to reach level 40. So when they do the drawing system, they should restrict it to level 40 players first, and then go down to there. But the cutoff level is 25. It should not be open to everybody, because again, the legit players will have less of a chance of going, and some average Joe who only enter the drawing just to troll, just to say ha you didn't win, or to scalp these accounts online, will win these drawings. So they need to change who is available or who is allowed to enter these drawings. Now, I have to give a shout out to Count Gensler for this one, and he mentioned the snowball effect. So here's what I mean by that. So I mentioned this earlier. So I was gifted a ticket. I did not win a drawing. So shout out to Lions for Days for hooking me up with a ticket. But here's my question. What if I want to bring somebody with me? So that person who I want to bring is not on Lions for Days friends list. They don't know each other. So they're not on each other's friends list. But I was only gifted 1 ticket, so I can't bring anybody else. So the snowball effect is this. So Lions for Days won the drawing, and he gave me a spot, right? That means I should now get, 2, 3 extra spots so I can bring my friends. You know, something like that. That's the snowball effect. He wins, he give me a ticket, and I get 3 spots extra so I can bring 3 other people along with me. So that's the snowball effect, because let's be real. Let's say there's a squad, or let's say there's family. Let's put it this way. Let's say there's family that wants to go, and the father was gifted a ticket. What's his wife gonna do? What's his 2 kids gonna do? So I mean, you got. So I think a snowball effect would help. Now, yeah, that means that it would be more work for Niantic to check these accounts and things of that nature, and also the raids would go by quicker. But that's better than what we had, so far. So I'm gonna have to roll with that as well. Also, I'm gonna add this in there as well to fight off against the scalpers. I don't know how useful this would be though, but when people enter the drawing, they must submit their credit card information right there on the spot. Not when they win, but when they enter the drawing. And here's why. When they enter, so basically when you enter the credit card information, you're basically saying, yo, we have the rights to look up your, you'll keep your credit card information in store. So if you are trying to scalp these tickets, we can probably look it up on eBay or on Craigslist or whatever the case may be. Again, this was a bit of a stretch. I don't know how they could get away with that. I don't know. And then, some people may say, well, what about PayPal? Well, don't let them use PayPal. But, again, like eBay may let them use PayPal. So, it's a stretch. Like, it really is a stretch on that one. I'm just throwing it out there to see anybody want to take the idea, run with it, or come up with your own idea, knock yourself out. All right, and the last idea that I have for this is when people enter the drawing, here's the one problem that I noticed right away with it, when I enter the drawing. You can put in any old type of email. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that. Instead, you should put in the email that is associated with your account. So that way, it should be much easier for Niantic to look up your account with that email. Now, some of you may say, but wait a minute, I may have logged in with my Facebook. Well, and you're a new player. Well, in that case, in that case, they may have to change in the registration details to the point where you have to add an email. And then you can turn around and say, oh, I want to log in with my Facebook, link it with your Facebook account, things of that nature. But for me, when I created this account, to this day, I use the PTC. I use the, the Pokemon Trading Club information. And then I now able to use my Facebook. And with the PTC, you need an email to log in on that. So there you go with that. And then of course the Google account, that's your email. There you go with that. But if you strictly use Facebook, or if you want to use Facebook, they should send an email saying, yo, we need an email associated with your account so they could look up your account easier. So if they think you're trying to scalp some tickets, they have your email, things of that nature. So that's another idea that's going out there as well. Now, some of you may be wondering, but wait a minute. What about the whole raid thing? This thing took forever. Now, shout out to Panda Man, because I gotta give a shout out to Hyper Mongoose as well, because they talked about the fact that these raids lasted for weeks, and people were trying to book plane tickets and hotels, and the longer they have to wait, the prices go up for all that stuff. And Panda Man made a good point, because with these hotels, you know, it's that the long wait benefits Chicago, because basically whether it's 6 months ago or 6 weeks ago prior to GoFest, if you're going to book that hotel or that Airbnb or that hostel no matter what. So that is money for Chicago. So that is good money for Chicago. And I'm all up for people making their money as long as it's not like, long as it's fair and honest and things of that nature. So I understand why they did that, but when it comes to the airplane fare, those prices going up, then it's like, yeah, I have to agree with Hyper and Mongoose with that one. So what I'm saying is this: these raves should have went out sooner than April. The raves should have started going out before April. They should have went out, I'm gonna probably say either March or even February, maybe even February. So that way, you have a long amount of time for these raves to go out, and you can check everybody's accounts. If you're doing that, I don't know what they're doing in between these raves, but whatever it is that they need to do, they can go ahead and do it, because now they have a longer time frame between when the raids first started and when GoFest is coming up. So again, March, maybe February, that's when they should be starting doing these raids, not April. And then we have 2 months to basically book everything for GoFest. And speaking of which, Dortmund, yeah, y'all in the same boat as well, because y'all basically have 2 months really to book everything for Dortmund. And oh gosh, Asia, we don't even know where Pokemon Go Fest Asia is going to be at, and that's 3 months before that. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. But yeah, man, those are my ideas about the ticketing system used for GoFest. Hopefully Niantic changed it up so they could try to eliminate scalpers and trolls from buying these tickets, or even taking part in the drawings and things of that nature. So I'm about to call it a wrap. So with that said, y'all know who this is. This is your boy, the new Jay Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah. After you subscribe to the channel, make sure you click the bell icon so you never miss a new video or a live stream ever again. Thanks, guys.
Living in a world where tomorrow's never promised. Last of a dying breed, rather find honest. Got me feeling like an onyx. My heart was getting hard till I looked to the sky. Say I'ma leave it to God and embark on this path. Journey of a lifetime. Everybody rhyme, but not a lot I co-sign. Define the mind's capability.